Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tammy Doe, and today's episode is going to be even weirder than ever, right? Now we're not just talking about aliens anymore, we're talking about dragons. Yes, dragons. So, this video, I need some help if anybody knows anything about dragons because it's like blowing my mind. I have never been like a thing for dragons, right? I know in Asia they're big on dragons. Not really sure why, I just know they're like good luck. And then all of a sudden, going on this whole journey with Moldavite, this past few months, dragons have been coming up a lot. So I just have to make this video because if I don't make, there's so much going through, guys. I just need to make it or else I don't want to post them. So these next few videos are going to be unedited. You're just going to hear me talk. There's so much coming through. A lot of good and a lot of not so good, right? So these are different timelines. I'm going to share with you what's showing up. And it's our role, our job is to focus more on the positive timelines. Because there's possibility because the collective energy is pulling in so many directions. And the clearer we are as a channel and the clearer we are focusing on the more positive timeline, then we can actually shift the collective's timeline. So with that being said, my next evolution now is dragons. So this video, if you guys have any tips, any pointers, any backgrounds, or anything about dragons or experience with dragons, let me know in the comments below. So let's get started. Dragons, where do we start? This is my new pendant for the new set I brought to Zion National Park on 11/11. Open a grid at 11:11 a.m. So I got 16 activated. This one is mine. Even looks like a dragon's claw. So, and then this dragon frequency is called, I forgot. I put the name in the description, but it's the frequency of a dragon and the frequency of diamonds programmed into these glasses. And so, coincidentally, I went to my student's art show, and there it was. The person hosting the art show was wearing one of these pendants. So I'm here at the Meta Art Show, and then this is Victor.
Where am I looking? What camera?
Right here.
Okay.
So Elisa is posting her paintings. Victor is hosting the event, and then here we are. We found a dragon. And what is this, Victor? Can you explain?
Yeah, this is a Lutios diamond dragon pendant, and it's been infused with Kundalini dragon energy. So this helps you to ignite that Kundalini energy at the base of your spine, and it helps you to become a master and a creator of what it is that you want.
This whole thing is glass. Was programmed with a frequency of a diamond and the red and orange frequency and the dragon frequency. Yeah? I feel it. It's interesting because now when we program it to glass, it stays constant.
It's constant. It never needs to be cleared. You don't have to worry about it taking on kind of bad energy. Yeah.
It's interesting because I've been activating the Moldavite with my dragon's claw, the green dragon. Right, I keep getting signed for green dragon, and then coming here, we found a red dragon. Divine
Synchronous.
Divine intervention, divine timing. So I'm gonna work with this new one, work with the Moldavite, and we'll see what dimension we enter. Oh, and then yours is Ashtar Command.
Yeah, this is the Ashtar pendant here.
So what is Ashtar?
So Ashtar is a lightful extraterrestrial. He comes from Venus, and he connects us with our light family, which is really, really special. I think a lot of us feel that sense of loneliness, and so this connects you with your light family, and not just in like higher dimensions, but also in this 3D plane as well.
He only had a handful, and there was a dragon in there. So it just blows my mind because this one holds the frequency of a dragon, and here I am waiting for my dragon Moldavite pendant to get done. And this showed up to hold the frequency of this dragon energy. Ever since I brought the last set to Zion, I just keep getting this like twin flame energy, right? this entire journey, I wasn't even looking for a twin flame. Like even dating, I just couldn't even grasp it. Right, I'm traveling. In the last 4 or 5 months, I traveled to, oh my god, 6 states and then back to California. I just don't even think about dating. And somehow, I think I bumped into my twin flame. We'll save that for another episode. But here's the thing: as you're doing all these shadow work, you're cutting cords, you are opening up your body to be more sensitive to energy. Like you feel them even more. You tune into your senses. Like all of this stuff is blowing my mind. Right? I've never knew this whole shadow side, this whole energy side existed in my entire life until I until I had my near death experience and like, okay, there's something going on. Why is everyone sharing the same thing? And then keep digging, and then I found my teacher. And so in the program, they taught us like how to clear entities. Entities? Like what? Right? We hear about ghosts and all these stories, but who talks about them openly and how to clear them? If that's even a thing you can learn how to do. And so I started learning all these tools. And now I'm going to different Airbnbs, traveling. Like when I'm around a really dense, negative, and energetic material, like even items or furniture in the house, when I walk past it, it just gets really heavy, and then my face just like I just completely contract. And so I sent a few of that at my friend's place too, and I shared it with her. And it's so interesting. It's when we start tuning into energy. Now I really understand that our energy field reaches people first. And the clearer you are as a channel, the more shadow work and cords you cut, the more you can anchor in this energy and create faster. So imagine if you're in a dense reality, right? We're in 3D. It's very, very dense. So it's vibrating very dense. Like think about black and red, the vibration of each color. The denser colors, the dark ones are really dense, like light can't get through. But then when you are cutting all these cords, you start ascending to this higher, right? It's becoming less dense, you're ascending higher. Also Moldavite, right? Moldavite is energy from space. So as you're holding on to, as you have a Moldavite, you're doing all this cord cutting. Just imagine you are holding on to this Moldavite and it's taking you up. You're ascending. That's what ascension means. And you're cutting all these cords and you're getting to this higher, lighter frequency, which the higher you go, the easier it is to manifest. So now when I think about something, it just happens so fast. Before, I was so focused on the material world that I don't even focus on what's inside that needs healing. And so they say, your internal is your manifestation of the external, vice versa. And if you really do the shadow work, you'll notice your manifestation will get a lot faster. So that's one way to think about it. Ascension is getting you, the higher you go, the easier it is to manifest. And Moldavite is you're hanging on for dear life. All the shadow is coming up. You learn the tools how to cut these cords, clear the entities, clear your lineage, get connected to your star roots, right? So that's Moldavite. So as we're shifting this higher density, in this higher frequency, creation becomes a lot more. And I noticed when I took these last step to Joshua tree, the solar plexus, that's where I was. And as I'm starting to work up, like I'm shifting so many timelines. I'll do another episode on like how to shift timelines when I'm starting to realize. But as I'm shifting up, the Zion was the third eye. And a lot of like twin flame energy started coming up. And so it's when I talk about twin flame, we're gonna have to save this episode for the next one because I really do want to go into it. And for those who are looking to get connected to this twin flame, that episode would really be beneficial for you to watch on what I even uncovered on what I wasn't even looking for. So, but here's the thing, right? When we start doing all these cords, we start getting connected to our soul family. All the old energy, all the old people in your life that no longer aligns with you will start vibrating out. And then your soul family, you start attracting that soul family. So as you start cutting these cords, just imagine you're getting closer to source, right? So after your soul family, like, you know, they're there to help you. You may had a contract to come here to help each other. And then as you reconnect with them, then you shift to soulmates. So a soulmate, you know, you can it's a person who complements you. I could say it that way, right? There's multiple soulmates, and you may have it. You could even have a past life with them. I've discovered a few of those who are in my lifetime this time, and so it's really interesting when you start diving into the shadow work and all these past lifetimes, like Akashic records. Like, it's so interesting. Oh my gosh, I wish I knew this so much sooner. So now my whole reality is just completely shifted, and so you're gonna come across like multiple soulmates, probably people you start dating. But then when you meet the twin flame, it's the flame before the split back to source, which is you. You are source. But before that split, you're gonna meet someone who's like your shadow self. They will trigger you a lot, right? Soulmates will complement. Twin flame is like the yin and yang. Total opposite. There are, like, you feel familiar there, like very familiar feelings, but it's just total. You guys just trigger each other a lot. So it's not until you both become whole and complete on yourself that you can merge back together to be as one, and that's when both of you become a force field, because both of you are no longer depending on each other for that energy that you're seeking. Again, whole other episode. next episode, I'm probably gonna post sometime this week. But back to dragons. Okay, twin flame dragons. It's in alignment. So the message I got assigned was twin flame. The twin flame, I believe, is the Kundalini energy, that serpent energy that goes up. So I know that form of yoga, it keeps showing up for me. It keeps telling me to do it. And I'm not a yoga person, but now just like learning about the mind and soul. My body is very disconnected. My mind is up there, my soul is up there with the Moldavite, but my body is still down here in 3D. So there's a huge disconnect. And a lot of you may experience this working with Moldavites. Like, you're getting this vision of, oh my God, my dream's coming true. I see all this vision, but what is it right here in 3D, right? I don't get it. Like, everything seems to be falling apart. And so I realized, like, okay, I got the mind down, I got the soul down, I just need to get the body down. Kundalini again keeps showing up. So with yoga, when we're moving that energy, especially Kundalini, moving that energy up. And so dragon keeps coming up. So I believe dragon is the ascended version or the higher conscious version of the serpent energy. It makes total sense to me. So that's when I started noticing, like, dragons start showing up a lot. And it's funny because last year when I was in Vietnam, so I'm here in San Diego right now. When I believe the dragons are by the beaches. Because when I'm out there and meditate, I get visions, I get downloads that the dragons are out there by the water, which I took. For you to be able to tune into dragons, you have to hold a certain frequency to be able to access them. And I believe that this frequency is in the higher realms. It has to be in the higher realm. Moldavite, I keep getting that Moldavite is the green dragon. And the green dragon, you're going to access it from the heart. So it's, yeah, like, any of you guys know anything dragons, like the Game of Thrones, I'm sure there's some truth to that, underlining truth, like a lesson underneath. If you guys can tune me into like anything you kind of connected with Moldavite or the dragons. I only watched like 2 seasons. I honestly don't think I have time to go watch all the seasons. So anything about dragons from the Game of Thrones, please let me know. What else? So I believe, yeah, the serpent energy is once you bring that to, because Moldavite is like pulling, like, we are going up, we are ascending, and dragons, serpent energy moving our body to this ascendant form. And I also want to, oh yeah, for those who read Kaya Ra stuff, the Sophia Code, again, Dragon wasn't my thing 4 months ago, even 3 months. It only became a thing this last month. So if you guys read about Kaya Ra, the Sophia Code, I've just now started reading it. But it's so interesting because it's recommended for me right before my journey by a good friend, and it just wasn't time. I didn't even notice it, and I wasn't a reader, so I kind of pushed it back. But now it's showing up again, and so from what I read so far, it's talking about these initiations. And Kyra, she actually went to Mount Shasta for a sabbatical, and she channeled all that information for the book, and she wrote about it. And here I am bringing a set of Moldavites to Mount Shasta on A8 portal. So already that really like just resonates with me. It's like, oh my God, I think we're on the same vibration. Like, so we're doing something very similar. And then I kept reading, and she's talking about these initiations and the goddesses and the dragons. And it's like blowing my mind. It is blowing my mind. Because when I do these meditations, I see the dragons. I've never had those visions, like vivid visions during deep meditation, but now I'm starting to see dragons. And so I'm tuning into this dragon energy. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I get a dragon tattoo. I don't mind being the girl with a dragon tattoo. So that's where I'm at right now with the dragons. Game of Thrones, what else is dragon? Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if you guys watch that. Anything with dragons? I honestly don't know. Yeah, anything else with dragons? Oh, if you're Asian in the Asian countries, what are all the myths about the dragons? I did get a dream earlier this year, about ley lines, dragon ley lines. Oh, okay. Doctor Strange. Oh my God, there are so many, there's so many truths to Doctor Strange. I had this dream and this dream was so interesting because I've never had a dream about I'm not a superhero fan. Wasn't really a Marvel fan last year, if you ask me. But now, like all these stone energies, like blowing my mind, and all this energy work is like blowing my mind. So now I'm a big fan of Marvel and superheroes. But Doctor Strange, I had this one dream where me and my friend, we were at a hotel for some kind of conference, and I went downstairs in New York too, right? If you remember that scene of Doctor Strange or in New York, that one building that's supposed to be this vortex out of the three, I don't remember. But I was there. And I was walking on one down the street, and the one guy was like, "Hey, I have something for you." So I followed him, and there was like this dragon dance on the side of a parade. And it just hit me. Something just told me, it's like there's dragon lines. New York is under a dragon line and a dragon ley line. And so, yeah, it was so interesting. I kind of dabbled into that a little bit. But again, dragon wasn't really a thing for me until this last month. And last year when I was so San Diego, I believe, is where the dragons are. The two places I felt like I was going to create the headquarters for the Goddess Academy was Da Nang last year, where I was, right? If you saw, maybe I'm going to post videos here. When I was there, all dragons. You get this like a dragon bridge. This dragon energy was very strong there, and I just never understood why. It's like, at one, it's like, oh, that's cool. That's a huge dragon bridge. But now, as I'm learning about the Sophia Code and dragons and Mount Shasta, look at this. This is like a dragon's claw. So, dragons coming up again. So now, I believe San Diego is where the dragons are as well. So when I went to the beach and I meditate, like I sense these dragons. I'm here in San Diego right now, and I'm sensing dragon energy. And so this is an ascended form of, and I think in the Sophia Code, towards the end, it's like the highest frequency. I haven't finished the book, but that's where I'm heading. I'll fill you guys in when I'm done. But right now, this is what I know for right now. Okay, that was it. Oh, okay. So that's it. Fill me in on anything you know about dragons. And I also want to share with you that on 12/12, December 12th at 12:12 p.m. in California time, I'm going to be hosting a dragon yoga with my friend Candice. She is a Kundalini teacher. We're going to partner up. We are going to do dragon yoga. So, how that course is going to look, there's going to be 23 people who energetically I can hold space for. So when you come in, you are going to connect with one of the Moldavites from Zion, right? So I'll walk you through how to connect with it. Then, as Candice is teaching you the Kundalini yoga, I'm going to connect with your high self committee, and then I'm going to do clearing in the background, right? I'm going to call down your high self committee and your high self, give them access to clear whatever you need to clear for the next part of your journey, for the highest good of the collective. So I've done 2 of these sessions already. Thank you for all that showed up. The last one I did was 11/11 at Zion. The next one is going to be 12/12 here in San Diego, where the dragons are. So this is going to be dragon yoga, spots for 23 people. I'm going to put the information in the description, so make sure, I'm going to talk about more. But 12/12 is a date. 23 people is how many people that we can hold space for at 12/12. So I believe that is the last ascension portal. That's the message I got. 12/21, I believe there's going to be something big happen, either physically or subconsciously. Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen after 12/21, but for what I know so far right now, 12/12 is going to be an important date, the last alignment. And then 12/21, 2020, I don't even know what it's going on anymore. But from the timeline that I am at, that I'm seeing, that I am holding space and focusing on, is one amazing timeline. Now, this other timeline where shit's gonna hit the fan, it's there. It's a possibility. It's the energy of the collective. You can be aware of it. Don't put your focus on it, right? Focus on the most optimal timeline and just be aware that a lot of people are in this other timeline that could possibly happen. So if you continue the work, focus on the most optimal timeline, that is where you'll shift to for the ascension. So I'm going to end it with that. More on this, probably the next, I'm going to do more videos, so now I'm a little more settled in. Information about Dragon Yoga 12/12, open to 23 people. We're going to keep it to all women for the dragon activation. And let me know if you guys know anything about dragons, and I will keep you updated. That's all I have for you guys today. Timmy Doo, signing off.